Hi, how's it going? Yeah, this is a Friday stream. Should clarify, we're not revealing anything. Thor was announced yesterday, and we'll talk about Thor later.
That was an awesome stream.
But today, we're going to be doing our usual teaching Cirrus how to play Brawlhalla better. And you've got some special news today. Today's a big boy day for you, huh?
So
somebody learned how to use the toilet, and
I'm currently in silver. But I have some news.
Come on, I have this graphic set up and everything. Like, it's gonna be exciting.
I shouldn't have played. I dipped my toes into the gold waters a couple days ago. But hey, that happens.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's progression day by day, and I get that reward. So but yeah. So I made it to gold. It took me, I don't know how long it took.
Couple months.
Yeah. However long we've been doing the stream for.
I mean, technically, let's see. You have 93 hours played in this.
Okay.
In this.
So it's literally started from the bottom.
You started in 10.
I did.
He started in 10. And yeah, so as you were saying, you are going to get your gold border at the end of the season, March 27th. That was on that little graphic a second ago, which is really cool. It's good news for you that you got to get that peak, but it also applies to everyone. Once it goes off your peak, and then as far as what is glory is concerned, it goes off of games played and peak elo. So if you get gold, if you get plat, if you get diamond, however high your peak elo is, which it should show you in that same thing, it has your best elo rating on that as well as your best legend rating. So whichever is higher between those two as well, it'll use that to help calculate your glory, calculate any borders, any avatars, things like that. If you get the same avatar end over end, then you get better versions of it, which is really cool. I've been getting the diamond one every time, just saying. Gonna flex a little bit on that one.
Derek 260. So and do correct me if I'm wrong. He asked, so if you're gold 2v2, does that gold status carry to 1v1? No, it doesn't. You have two separate
those are
elos, but your end of season rewards are based on your peak elo.
Correct. As Cirrus just stated. So your 2v2 elo and 1v1 elo are separated. They do not affect each other. If your peak 2v2 elo is diamond, but your 1v1 elo is silver, when the season reset happens and all the soft elo resets happen, your 1v1 elo will be based off of your silver. Your 2v2 elo will be based off that diamond. Those are completely separate, but you will get rewards based on the higher of the two. So you will get diamond rewards, which is like diamond amounts of glory, diamond borders, diamond avatar, not your 1v1s. But the thing I want to specifically show you is there's a mechanic called black holes that you'll hear thrown around quite a bit. And I'll show you some of the original black holes, which are no longer functional anymore. But when you can, just grab a weapon and...
Rathix, thank you for the sub gift to Cinnavin.
Too kind. All right, so we're going to try to just neutralize this guy. We're going to try to just neutralize this bot in between us. But, so originally, there was this mechanic where you would just black hole each other by hitting neutralize at each other. And this is very, low level. Like, if you were in silver in 2v2s, there's a decent chance that you're going to get at least, 2 or 3 of these onto an opponent. And quite possibly, you could get a whole stock on this if your opponent is not aware of how to get out of it.
Okay.
This works for a lot of weapons. Specifically, we're showing it off on sword, but you could also be doing the same thing with spear, which is one of the reasons why Hattori is a really strong character in 2v2s, is because she has this potential. See, you can just keep doing this. If I didn't mistime it, you would have that idea. Same thing works for spears. And again, this is no longer something that you can do 0 to death completely.
Okay.
Because of the existence of variable force, there has been this thing that is added called DI, which is Directional Influence. And when you are hit by the same move multiple times, then DI gets activated. And so what that means is that when you're hit by that repeated move, you can start to hold in a specific direction, and you will influence the direction that you were going in.
Okay.
So, for instance, when we were neutralizing that bot, if the bot held up, they would eventually drift up out of the neutralites, which makes it so that we can't just keep hitting neutralites because it just doesn't hit high enough for that to be a thing. Every move will kind of send you in a specific direction, right? Like the sword neutralite will send you straight forward.
Okay.
But once you start getting hit by it in the same thing, then you can start influencing up. Directional Influence, shortened to DI. Okay. Very different from Smash DI. So if you ever hear a Smash player talking about DI, it is a very different thing. That's just kind of a caveat because I know that it's similar terminology, but it's very different meaning.
Okay.
And another thing is, we never really talked about this, but in ones, the weapon always spawns in a central location. It basically will always spawn in the same location on that same map every single time in ones. Same thing basically applies in twos, is the weapons will always spawn basically on your sides of the map. So you'll have one on your side and one on the opponent's side. But what happens in twos is that the weapons will spawn on your respective sides. So usually whoever's in like the higher position or the further back position is the person who's supposed to go pick up your spawn weapon. And the other person either tries to cover for them or tries to go steal the opponent's spawn weapon. So another mechanic that is in twos that I didn't really talk about, but I said I would talk about, is the way that damage works, right? So if it were a traditional just like free-for-all with like same colors, then damage would be completely the same across the board. Everyone would take the same amount of damage, regardless of if your colors are the same or not. But in 2v2s, it's a little bit different in that force is not applied equally. So I think it's 70% of the force that you do to your opponent is done to your teammate. So if I hit you and the opponent at the same time with the same move, you will go 30% less far than the opponent will in that situation.
Okay.
And then another big thing is obviously if you hit your teammate with a combo starter, don't do the rest of the combo.
So tempting though. Cirrus, you ever see yourself doing emotional plays? Like if your opponent is really low and you're down a stat?
I'll answer that for him, yeah.
I was going to be honest. I was going to say yes.
I've watched you make emotional plays.
Y'all have heard of panic jumping. I panic sig.
You panic everything.
Pretty much.
I've seen you like last stock against a person who's stressing you out, and you're literally just shaking in your chair like, I don't know what to do.